everyone's journey is different. I'm happy with the way mine's going. I love Robbie and I loved walking with him. I love talking to him, but I don't want to be Robbie Keane. I want to be me. I want to be Troy. I want to be my own player and have my own career. And then there's just me who's just come from Ireland that's like done nothing. To be able to walk with these people is it was unbelievable. Honestly, in terms of football, I'm even looking back now, in terms of the football side of it, I'm not too impressed about it. I didn't do too well. I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't go on loan, smash it, then go back to Tottenham and play, which was the plan that I had in my head at the time. But as I said before, like if you asked me 3-4 years ago, I would have never said I would go. I seen José when we played Fenerbahce, and I had a good chat with him after the game, so yeah, to get the words from him, I can't say too much, but he did say that I've progressed a lot, and to hear something like that from him, who I walked with when I was so young, to see me now is really good. They turn up a lot for the team. It's especially the little crowd behind the goal. They're really on it every game, and to have that and to be shooting into that mostly in the second half, it drives us forward a lot in the games where we need to score. So also one of the factors why I came here was for that European football as well.
Welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. We're delighted to be joined here by none other than Ireland's man at the moment, AZ Alkmaar striker Troy Parrott. Troy, thanks for having us over and thanks for joining us for chat.
No problem. I'm happy that he's here.
Well, talk to us, I suppose, just on where you are now and stuff like that. How's life going for you? I mean, you're flying at the minute.
Yeah, I'm loving it, to be honest. It's a lot different to England. We'll probably get into that in a bit, but in terms of just how I'm feeling, living and playing here, I'm really, really enjoying it, and I'm playing football with a smile on my face, so can't ask for much more.
Yeah, 15 goals so far. What you're doing at the moment, you're going to another country and kind of being a bit of a trailblazer in that sense. Like, I think a lot of people now will look at your kind of journey and go, "We'll take that route now." I've seen a lot more players on it, going to different sort of countries, Festi and stuff like that. Yeah,
no, to be fair, it's look, I can't sit here and say everyone should get up and go to a foreign country, because no one knows how it's going to work out for each person. But if someone was to ask me, I'd say, yeah, definitely give it a try and see where it takes you, because if I had said to myself 3-4 years ago that I'd be in Holland now, I probably would have said no chance. But yeah, when I came here last year for the first year, I loved it, and then I think for me it was only right that I came back and continue my journey over here.
Yeah, well, let's take you back. I suppose we'll do a full loop. We'll come back to AZ as well. So talk to us about your early days playing football. So when did you, I suppose, start feeling the love for football and thinking that was the thing for you?
I was young. I think 6 or 7, as long as I can remember. I think 6 or 7. My mum was always bringing me down to. I started at Sheriff Street, and then Stella Maris, and then Belvedere, and yeah, I think when I got to around 11, 12, that's when I really thought that this is what I want to do for a living. As the feeling that you get out playing football is it's nothing like I've ever felt before doing anything else. So yeah, I knew quite early what I wanted to do.
Is that when you were around up Buxley in the inner city of Dublin? It's just football or boxing, really.
Yeah, they are the two, or else the other bad stuff that you can do. But yeah, I think for me it was I also had a good family around that always pushed me to keep on training, and maybe sometimes when I wanted to be out with my mates running around, they were always telling me, you have to go training, you have to go, and my mum was always bringing me. So yeah, I think from a very young age I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so talk to me then, I suppose, because your coaches at Belva are always, really big supporters of you, or I'd say they still keep you touch, but just in terms of getting from that fit where you're, say, a young teenager kind of coming in, and then you're doing quite well at Ireland underage and stuff like that, and you can probably notice the change. And I'm not saying that the change when you move to Premier League level, but just even the change in kind of people eyes on you, kind of, there's a little bit of pressure then.
Yeah, it's look, I think anyone that's doing well and that's scoring a lot of goals, especially for strikers, it's a lot more, because when you score more, people want to see you go up ages and stuff like that. But I think it's just part of football. I think you can't say people can't do it because it's always going to be there. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with being so young. Look, you want to show that you're that mature player and that mature person that you can handle it. So you want to play up and you want to maybe go to the first team and stuff like that. But football it's a really, really difficult game, and to get to them levels, I think it takes time. Some might get there earlier than others, but yeah, I think for me, my journey took a little longer. Although I've been around the first team setups for quite a while now, in terms of actually being there and playing a lot and stuff like that, my journeys took a lot longer. So yeah, I think everyone's journey is different. I'm happy with the way mine's going.
Yeah. I suppose from that point you're talking about on the pressure. I think that's been an ongoing thing now. So it's probably between yourself, maybe Adam, Aaron Connolly, I know Evan, all kind of face that a bit. The latest wonder kid. I suppose because Ireland have been, starved with kind of a generation a bit. You saw that under Stephen Kenny, where a lot of the 21s went into the first team, and there was just kind of like an overlap in age. There was kind of no real. Maybe over to Josh Cullen's probably the only kind of middle comparison between that and the media experience. Yeah. But so that must have been tough in itself, because all years are kind of dealing with that. Like Funny's gone a little bit of a run ever, the country's head falls off, and then it's like a messy, I suppose.
Yeah, I think as I said before, that just comes with football. I think everyone's always looking for the next player, the next big player, the next Robbie Kane. I heard that so many times. When in truth, I was never going to be the next Robbie Keane. I think we play really differently, and I'm at the start of my journey. I don't know where my journey is going to take me. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. But yeah, Robbie played for some big clubs, and to have the pressure of people saying, yeah, the next Robbie Keane, if it was me or if it was Adam or if it was Evan, I think in a way, like, I love Robbie and I loved working with him, I love talking to him, but I don't want to be Robbie Keane. I want to be me. I want to be Troy. I want to be my own player and have my own career. Although what Robbie done for Ireland, for our club, was really special, and it's going to be really, really hard for anyone to beat what he done. It's it's just about being me, and I think forward on a bit coming here has really helped me to express that feeling of me coming into my own and just being my own player.
100%. Well, just on, obviously you spoke about Robbie, but there's obviously a link there between Ireland and Spurs. You went as well. How kind of was that? Over there?
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, when I went over, it was like the biggest thing in the world for me. It was it's all I wanted to do, as I was telling you before. So to finally get that opportunity, and I went on some trials to other clubs before I went there, and yeah, when I went there, I just felt at home. I felt at ease. All the boys there, because when you're young, it's tough to go somewhere, especially to a new country, and you're leaving all your friends and meeting completely new people for the first time. It is hard, but yeah, I think.
Was any Irish really there?
No, there was none there when I first went. So yeah, at the same time, it was really exciting, because I was at this big Premier League club now, and I was going to be playing there for a while. So yeah, it was, when I first went, it was really, really good.
Yeah, because you were starting to get a bit of notice, obviously, in the underage, the UEFA Youth League. Yeah, you scored a few goals. Actually, you scored against Gavin, presumably. Man City, I think, that game. So it's kind of back then, but then you were starting, so then you were kind of getting traction to play for the national field on the Mick. And that's kind of, I think, I suppose your debut there. I think you got an assist for Sean Maguire. Guess the Zima there. But there was all that week, there was like a big around you. It was kind of your debut. I think you then scored for the under-21s kind of game as well. And I think it was kind of your, as with bromance a little bit with Jack Byrne, because I remember you out to that game. Yeah. So I know he looks after you, or looks out for you a bit.
Yeah, no, he does, to be fair. We come from the same sort of area, so we had the same struggles growing up, and we know how it is. So when I first went in, it was nice that he was there, and yeah, I think I stayed in the room with him as well. So it was nice to just get brought in that way, where I know someone really well, that I could just kind of, when you're that age going into the Ireland setup, you're just trying to hang around someone, follow someone around. So to have him in there was it was nice, and obviously he'd been in a few times before that as well, so he was comfortable in that situation. So yeah, it was nice to have him in there when I first went in.
Yeah. But just kind of on influences like that, obviously, when you're at Spurs, the likes of Harry Adju was their best period in a while when you were there. Especially just being in around that first team or whatever. Because you didn't seem kind of too phased by it. It looked like you're comfortable at that level.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt that way as well. But now when I look back on it from where I am now to where I was then, I've done so much growing in the last few years in terms of off the pitch and on the pitch. But yeah, as you were saying, to be in training around them players every day, it kind of gets at the start it's really shell shocked in a way, and you don't want to make mistakes, and you're trying to do everything perfectly. But I think as you keep training and keep playing, keep training, you just get more comfortable in the situation, and you kind of look at them players a little bit like teammates rather than them big stars that you see on the telly. So yeah, the reason why I probably didn't look too phased is because in the end I wasn't really. I've been training there for quite a while from a young age as well, so it just kind of became normal in a way.
Yeah, but obviously wore off quick enough there. It's a job, it's business, it's not like...
Yeah, and everyone is there. So I think you see that a lot really when you do make that transition from academy to the first team, where you see that everyone is there to do a job. Like it's serious. It's not academy football where if you lose 3-1 on the weekend then you go back to training the next day and nobody really cares because it's all about developing and having fun and stuff. But it's when it really gets serious, when it's like a first team environment where you're playing for points every week and stuff like that. So I think for me that was like one of the biggest reasons why I tried to push to go on loan so early as well. It's just because I'd been around training in that environment every day but not really playing. So I was training but not having something to look forward to on the weekend, because I kind of had in my mind that I wasn't going to play too much anyway. So just to get out and get that experience of actually playing for something was a big reason.
Yeah, but I wanted just before you move on to your loans, the two managers, Marcelo Pochettino. I remember you spoke about him when you were with the 21s, and he really believed in kind of bringing players through. You probably just maybe missed a year where you probably would have got in just before if you had gone previously, because I think he'd have left Mourinho being in type thing. But how was Pochettino and Mourinho then for you?
Yeah, it was great. It was that's another thing where it's like you're training in there every day and then you see these like big managers and stuff coming in, and it's like, what's going on here? Like Mourinho's won Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, and then there's just me who's just come from Ireland that's like done nothing. To be able to work with these people is it was unbelievable. But also I think that the most important thing that people from the outside might not see is that how human these people are, like how normal the normal people is. So I think that was the biggest thing for me, that they could see me as a young player, to just see me as a normal person. Like where you come in, you don't have to talk about tactics of football, you just talk about normal stuff. I think it's a really good trait that both of them had.
Yeah, I do. You can kind of see a little bit of that in the All or Nothing, Amazon Prime. You were in that for a bit of it.
A little bit. I didn't get too much airtime.
The team talks like that.
Yeah.
But just want to bring you back to that moment when at the end of the game, when Son had a hat-trick and Mourinho came up, gave you the ball.
Yeah.
What was that? That must have been a really nice moment.
Yeah, it was. It was because he doesn't have to do that. Like he doesn't have to. I've only made my debut. I haven't scored a hat trick. I've only come on the pitch. So for someone like that to give me like such a good gesture when he doesn't have to, it speaks volumes. I think about the personality of the coaches that was there. And that's why I say I'll always have respect for the both managers that I worked with when I was at Tottenham.
Yeah, and do they still keep in touch with you now? Obviously, because
actually, yeah, I seen José when we played Fenerbahce, and I had a good chat with him after the game. So, yeah, to get the words from him, I can't say too much, but he did say I've progressed a lot, and to hear something like that from him, who I walked with when I was so young, to see me now is really good.
And especially what he's achieved in the game.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So as I was saying before, he's won Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, managed some of the best teams in the world. So for him to look at me that way is, I can't ask for much more.
Yeah, well, that's because I want to bring you back then, obviously, because he was around the time you went out to Millwall and a few other loans as well, Ipswich, MK Dons at Preston. So kind of how were those experiences for you?
Honestly, in terms of football, even looking back now, in terms of the football side of it, I'm not too impressed about it. I didn't do too well. I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't go on loan, smash it, then go back to Tottenham and play, which was the plan that I had in my head at the time. But in terms of off the pitch and in terms of maturing, the clubs that I was at all helped me do that. So I think if I hadn't have done that, then maybe I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't probably be the player and the person that I am now as well, because I really believe that to get where you want to go to, you're gonna have to go through these tough, difficult seasons or difficult times in your career to get to the good times. So yeah, in terms of on the pitch, it didn't go too well, but in terms of off the pitch, where I think is even more important, is really helped me mature and get better.
Yeah, because I know when you were at Preston, at least you had a lot of the Irish lads around.
Yeah,
Robbie Brady, a good relationship as well.
Yeah, really good relationship with Robbie. Yeah, that was nice, to be fair, to go in and see Robbie and Brownie as well was there. So it was good fun, to be fair, going in there every day and being around the Irish boys, because it's probably the first time that I actually had
that and MK Don.
Warren was there, but in terms of being in the same club where on the international breaks we're all going to meet up the Ireland team, it was something that I didn't really have before. So to experience that was nice. And as I said before, I got on with Robbie and Brownie really well. So yeah, it was nice to have them there.
Yeah, I think it's funny how football works like it, because obviously, you know, Tom Cannon comes and I don't think he's scoring as much as he wanted to, and then he came in and he won in me that season. So he then to go to the Holland, off the back of that then. But it's funny how you look at where you are now and kind of where like Tom's still doing well, but like it's just funny how football can switch. I think because people were saying Tom's 10 times, like from the outside. I'm not saying
look, that's always going to happen. I think in football, like people are always going to talk and say, this is what should happen and this is what's going to happen. I actually really enjoyed playing with Tom, because I think he like suited the way that I play a lot. If we played in a front two, where I like to come a bit deeper and get the ball and try and make some things happen, where he's more direct in behind player. So I think we work really well together as a pair. Obviously he scored a lot more goals than I did, and he got a move that he really deserved off what he done. So yeah, I haven't got a bad thing to say about Tom. He's a good player and he's still doing really well. So yeah, I think as you said, like football can change like that. It's one day you can be somewhere, the next you can be somewhere else doing well, like you could not doing well. There's going to be full of ups and downs. But as I said before, in my opinion, I think you have to have them downs to be able to enjoy the ups a lot more.
You just mentioned there obviously about playing players. Why don't you just bring you back to that day in the Aviva and beat Scotland. So you scored and the time we got two. But the link up that day between you two, like that was I think a big wins. There hasn't been too many, but that would definitely be up there in the last number of years, you know. Yeah, I think have you lost a game that you scored in? Well, I don't think you have.
No, I haven't.
You scored a few last minute winners.
No, I haven't lost, to be fair. It's I think that game against Scotland is probably my favourite game that I've played in my career so far.
Ever?
Yeah. In my career, I'd say that game is probably my favourite. Obviously, the debut for Ireland is special as well, but I think in terms of performance and result, and obviously we played Scotland to a little bit of a rival as well. Just how the whole game went, I think was probably my favourite game.
I think that was an element through the Stephen Kenny years, is that we didn't really get the look that we needed at times, but that day I felt like we did.
Yeah, look, I actually spoke to Stephen the night before, and I didn't know if I was going to play or who was going to play, and he took me in and said, "Listen, you're going to play tomorrow." And I think what makes it a bit more special is the fact that how many of the under 21s was we had on the pitch that day as well. Like there was me, Michael, Jason, Quavin, Nighty. There was Dara, I think, Nathan.
Malumbi won the tackle for
Malumbi, yeah. So there was a lot of us in the, and we'd all come through the 21s together, and he's brought us all into the first team. So for it to all come together, it was a special day.
I think a lot of people saw that, like Stephen probably wouldn't get to, I suppose, experience the next generation kind of coming through. But if you would have brought it too, but the next manager was always going to be the beneficiary of that. Because so many were brought in, but were uncapped to then be kind of learning all the job. Whereas I think now, obviously, the results have changed a few bits, Finland game and stuff like that. And we're actually getting more results. That I just think now, obviously, they're all that bit more, experienced internationally. More players are doing better, obviously, at the clubs, and a kind of higher clubs playing European competition. It's only going to help the team. For so long, we just never had. I think that's a bit of a testament to Stephen Kenny. I think that's a bit of a raw deal. He was brought in at a bad time.
Yeah, definitely. I think people need to give more credit to Stephen for sure, and the coaching staff that he had with him, Keith, Rice, Anthony Barry. I think people need to give them a lot more credit than what they get, because I think it's going to be difficult for a manager that comes in and kind of leaves out people that hasn't been left out of the squad and brings in younger players and tries to make something happen in that way. And I think exposing us all to that level of international football at a young age, I think will only benefit Ireland in the long run. I think, as you can see now, there's a lot of players that are doing well all over the place now, and I think for us that can only help us as a national team going forward.
Yeah, I think that's in the areas like you're looking at. Jake's obviously doing well now in the Premier League. He was in the under-21 set up by, if he probably missed you by a year, I think. But you look at like there's him, then you have like Will Smallbone. So there's more players playing in the Premier League now, but we just need to have kind of more players just playing at their clubs. I think that's a big thing that obviously you've gone and done. And there's other players like Gavin Bazuna who's very big on to play first team football, and he'll push for it. You've obviously done that as well. But talk to me about going from Spurs to Rotterdam, Excelsior Rotterdam, and kind of what was I supposed to do? You said it originally, you're obviously away from your family and your friends in London, and you've obviously lived a little bit around Preston and Ipswich and all those types of things. But to go to another new country, away from everything, what was the reason behind that? What was the thought process?
But as I said before, like if you asked me 3-4 years ago, I would have never said I would go to Holland and play football there. But I think after having so many loans in England, I just felt that it wasn't for me. I think that at this stage anyway, it just wasn't working. It wasn't for me. So I was speaking with my agent and stuff, and just seeing what other options we might have. And then Excelsior came and said, "Look, we'd love to have you for the season." And to be honest, I just
Jack, about that move at all?
A little bit, yeah. I spoke to Jack a little bit about what it's like over here, and he said that he loved it when he was here and stuff. So yeah, I think there wasn't actually too much thought process behind it. It was just, listen, just go play and see what happens. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Who knows? So it's just going a little. To be fair, coming over was a lot easier than what I thought it would be before I came, in terms of like the language and stuff like that. Everyone here speaks good English, and like welcoming people as well. So it's been a lot easier than people might expect.
Yeah, and talk to me about, I suppose it was away from everything like that, you know what I mean? Because you'd obviously been kind of exploited to that. Everything you did, if you could have a good game in England, it was highlighted, Whereas over here, it's not really, like, you're away from the public a little bit. You're obviously still being kept an eye on or whatever to see if you're doing well or on the radar or whatever, but that must have been nice just to, I suppose, as a deflection to just focus on the football.
Yeah, I think for me it was I didn't actually notice too much. The biggest thing that I noticed was when I was in England, I used to pay a lot more attention to what people were saying and stuff like that. So I think when I came here, I just left it all. I left it all in England and in Ireland, and I just put my head down and tried to enjoy football. I think that was the main thing. And even till now, I really don't see much about what people are saying, or that if it's good or it's bad, because I know there's people that are always going to have good things to say and people are always going to have bad things to say. That's just how the world works. But I think for me, the biggest thing was for myself to just leave it alone. It's not, why should I let stuff like that affect me? It's not going to do any good. It's only going to cause harm. So I think, and I also think coming over here, not a lot of people knew who I actually was when I came over, and I think that was a bit of a change as well in terms of being in England. So I think just being away from stuff, away from media, keeping my head down and playing football has really benefited me, and it's working out well.
Yeah, well, talk to me, because you obviously ended the season quite well personally. I know club boys, it obviously didn't work out for Excelsior, but for you, it was a big season, and then you came back in at the end of last season. You also got last minute winner against Hungary as well. We have a little bit of a knack of scoring like last minute winners for our.
Yeah.
What is it about you and the Aviva and last?
I don't know. It's to be fair, most of the time when it is a last minute winner, it's me coming onto the pitch a bit disappointed that I didn't start, and then it just always happens. Well, not always, but the times it's just happened that I've come on and been able to score in the last minute. It's a good trait to have. It's something that I'd rather do, having been on from the first minute, maybe than have to score a bit earlier. But no, it's nice. The goals I've scored for Ireland are my favourite goals. To score in front of the crowd at the Aviva is something you can't really explain. It's a special feeling. So, especially when it's a win.
We haven't had too many.
And just to see what the wins does for the crowd and for the people involved, is just to be able to give that to the crowd and to the staff and to my teammates is just a special feeling.
I'm sure you were one of those people back in the day. You would have been a kid going to the game and seeing someone scoring last minute or whatever. And it can literally make people's weekend.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It can make the whole week for someone. So just to be able to see how the crowd reacts when there is a last minute winner. And the thing is, like, if you play a friendly with your club and you score in the last minute, it's not really a big deal. But when you go to the international stage and you score in a friendly in the last minute, it's like the whole Aviva lights up, and it's just it's a special feeling, as I said.
Yeah, you seem to really hold that kind of wearing the Irish jersey is like
yeah, for sure,
be all and end all, really.
Yeah, no, it's a really big thing for me. I love going home. I love meeting up with the national team. I love being back in Dublin, and especially when we have the games in the Aviva, I love being around us. So yeah, for me the most important thing I think is playing for Ireland, and I hope that I can just keep continuing to do it.
Do you ever think of getting near Robbie's record? Are you on 5 at the moment?
Yeah, 5. It's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna take some run, but who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe not.
On the race, you can't win. So
yeah, exactly. You have to be in there. But who knows? If I do, great. If I don't, it's not gonna bother me too much. It's a lot of goals that he scored. So
yeah, talk to us then, I suppose. Because obviously after the Hungary game, because I remember we were going to have a chat, but you kind of came in, we got the last minute winner, and then you're away for the summer. So, was there much interest other than AZ? So there are a number of clubs coming in for you at that stage. Did you think of a way to stay on at Spurs? ACT.
Yeah, well, look, I think the most important thing at that stage was to see what Tottenham wanted, because when I was there, the only thing I wanted to do was play there, be around the first team and play more games. But yeah, so after the summer break, it was just about going back in there and finding out what they wanted. And I think at that stage, I was, if they want me to stay, great. If they don't, great as well, because I'm ready at this stage to move on. I'm ready to go somewhere else and play. Whereas maybe before I wouldn't have been. So yeah, I think it was just about having that communication with them and seeing what we both want. And I think we both came to the agreement that it was best that I go somewhere else and be a main striker somewhere else.
Decision with you.
Yeah, it was more like the people higher up in the club. But yeah, it was just about having that conversation. Luckily, I'd done well the season before to have the interest. Whereas if I did want to move away, I could move away. So yeah, I think it was the right time to do it.
Yeah, when you look at Pavlidis last year, top score, big boost to Phil when you were coming in, and you scored a hat-trick there against Barcelona top 3 the other week. So to see where you've kind of come in there now, were you kind of feeling the pressure coming there, or did you just
No.
I've been a strike?
Yeah, it didn't come into my head he played it last season and he done great. Good for him. It was like I'm coming in to also do the same. It's not. I don't have to go and score exactly the same amount of goals as he scored to do well. If I score more, good. If I don't, also good. It's my career is what I want to do. So yeah, he did do great for AZ, but yeah, I think I'm here and I'm also doing well now. So yeah, just what I was. He's yeah, he's wise.
Yeah, are you playing the best football of your career, Mom?
Yeah, I would say so, and I would say it's more really as a striker now as well. Because I've played striker a lot, even on my loans. But in terms of in my own head, it's more been about dropping in, link and play, and sometimes that's meant that I haven't been in the box as much as I need to be to score goals. So I think the biggest thing for me now is that I'm just really hungry to score goals every game. I want to be in the box. If that means not touching the ball for a while, then I'm okay with it. So I think that's what's really helped me coming over here, just getting into that mind frame of just being in the box to score goals.
Yes. And you can you take me back to that game where you scored 4 goals and just talk to me about it? Because I think you'd scored in a couple of games. There was only early in the season or whatever, but you always kind of want to get your first goal. But then when you get 4, you see the crowd chanting and everything like that. I think everybody was really celebrating. I think everyone really wants to see you do well.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I think it was maybe 4 or 5 games into the season where that happened. I think for the first few games I'd actually played really well, but just not scored. Just I don't know. I don't even remember. But yeah, I played well. Yeah, I played well, but I just hadn't scored. But I think that for me, even at that stage, it was like I don't care. Like the goals are gonna come if I keep doing what I'm doing. So just be patient with it, and then that's what can happen. I think there was a lot of people, I was doing interviews and stuff here where they were saying, yeah, AZ's doing really well, but Troy's not scoring and stuff, and it was like, that's what can happen if I'm just patient and trust that what's going to happen is going to happen. So yeah, it was definitely a nice game, especially because it was at home as well, and I think it was a club record win as well. So yeah, that was a nice night.
Yeah, I just remember the scenes after. It was Baldy Farrett's on fire. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Maybe it's scoring a last minute winner in the Eredivisie. Roy fed it, but I'd say that the winner in the Eredivisie was always top that.
Yeah, no, I love that song. I love when they sing it. So it only comes after I score. So I think I have to push the score to hear that a little bit more. But it's the fan base is really good, and they're treating me really well as well. So it's nice thereafter.
I was going to ask you what's the relationship like with the fans, because obviously you see different bits and stuff like that. We're going to be catching up with some of them tomorrow or whatever. So we kind of get a proper kind of insight to how they're kind of viewing you and stuff like that. But for you, do you really cherish playing in front of them?
Yeah, I do like it, to be fair. I think they turn up a lot for the team. It's especially the little crowd behind the goal. They're really on it every game, and to have that and to be shooting into that mostly in the second half, it drives us forward a lot in the games where we need to score. So yeah, it's nice, and to see how they supported me and how they've took to me since I've come here is I can't ask for much more.
Yeah, because it does seem like he's a close-knit bond. And starting to see that a little bit with Adam Eden, maybe at Celtic as well. You know, the crowd are kind of with the players, which I think Ireland as a nation we're starting to get back that bond that the first we could have seen it. Finland away was a great relief for that.
Yeah.
You probably feel like you can score every game you play now, but what's for you? What are you targeting for the end of the goals at the end of the season?
I haven't set a certain amount of goals that I want to score.
I do that before.
No, I just don't. I don't want to put any pressure on myself to score goals. I feel like the way I'm going now, where if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, then we have a game in a few days. I'm not chasing numbers and trying to get to this amount of goals. I think it's just going to come naturally, and that's what's worked best for me since I've been here. I've scored quite a few this season. Probably should have had a few more, but yeah, it is what it is. The goals are going to come as long as I keep performing how I should and keep being in the right areas to score, then it's going to come naturally.
Yeah. Talk to me about the Europa League. You obviously, scoring the winner against Roma. I mean, that's, again, for an Irish fella, it's not really been done all too often. Like, you think that, maybe Roy Keane against Turin in the Champions League and stuff like that, but not so many of our Irish players have played in a lot of European competitions and like that. So to see someone scored winners, obviously came on against Ferencváros last week. You don't want to go. I would say the dummy was an assist as well.
I think it's an assist as well. Should be.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about how that's been, and I suppose Robbie as well. Catch up with Robbie.
No, it's nice to. That's also one of the factors why I came here was for that European football as well. I think it's a big thing to be able to show what I can do on a club level where you're playing against really top opposition every week, which is I can't ask for much more. So I think with the rhythm that I'm in now, I feel like I can score against anyone.
I think that showed against Ferencváros. The goal is scored.
Yeah.
As soon as you left your foot.
Yeah. I just have that self-belief now that no matter who I play against, I'm gonna get chances, and the goals are gonna come. But I think playing in the Europa League is really nice. It's to get the experience traveling to these different places and playing against these different clubs and to be able to show what I can do against them it's nice. And we went to Ferencváros. I think it was Robbie's first home game, so I spoke to him before, and it was just look, Robbie's always been really good for me. I haven't always messaged him a lot to say how to do this or do this, but in terms of him being there, if I ever did need him, he's always been top. So to see him was nice. And I think it was a good goal. He said to me after it was a great finish. So it was nice to catch up a little bit and to see him.
I was going to ask you just on Robbie, the assist that was very Robbie Keane like what he did there. Like you think of the Spurs days at Bird, that was a similar sort of.
Yeah, I think
was that Robbie Keane inspired or?
No. It was something just came natural. I think he done that a lot more than what I would do in a game. I think he was more that smaller type of striker that was quick in around the box. But I think for me, it's just the relationship that I have with the players that I'm playing with. I feel like it's building all the time. We're always speaking to each other about how we can do things better in around the box and stuff. And I think, that was just it was just natural, but it was good that it works out because that is stuff that we do talk about in the change room.
Yeah, the young enough team as well that you have. It's probably nice to have players.
Yeah,
you probably feel experienced, you want only.
I do. To be fair, but it's nice to be in an environment where all of us are trying to push for the same thing. We're all young. We're all trying to do the best that we can. So to be able to be in a team like that and to obviously keep maturing together and keep doing well together it's only going to be good.
Yeah, you just talk about pushing each other on there. Yeah, there's a lot of Irish forwards now who are all doing well that close, which is what we want to see as a nation. That the forwards been it's not been like that. With bringing in a lot of strikers, you probably weren't scoring goals or form at the moment with Conor Robinson, red hot form in Championship. Adam Eda's doing brilliantly. He's got 4 goals this week or 5 goals. And then you're scoring Champions League against Villa and stuff like that. Aaron Connolly's starting to get a bit of form back to Millwall and stuff. So we are seeing a lot more strikers going through. Evan DeFerns as well, and Tom Cannon. So and there's a lot of competition now. Do you feel there's a bit more pressure maybe to get into a squad or into a team because of everyone's doing so well?
Yeah. Look, I feel like everyone doing so well is only going to benefit us as a team, as a national team. I think strikers something that Ireland's been missing for quite a while. Just that's someone there that can always score and you can always rely on to be in there to get them chances and stuff. But look, I also love seeing all the other boys doing well as well, because there's a lot of times where me or Adam or Evan or Aaron, we've got criticised so much, and I think now it's shown that we do have the quality, we do have the talent to be them players that people might see us as. So I love seeing all the boys do well, and I get along with them all also at the national team as well. So yeah, I speak to Adam quite a bit, to be fair. So to see him doing so well now is really good.
Because it wasn't easy for him going over. Like there was not good enough.
Yeah,
Obviously been there.
No, it's part of it, but I think people also need to realise how big the goals that he scored are as well. Scored last minute Rangers, now scoring Champions League. Yeah, look, that's what we all want to do. So to see him doing what he's capable of doing is nice to see, especially from a friend's point of view, because we are friends before we're teammates. So to see him doing well is really nice.
Yeah, I think there's just a general kind of thing within the Irish campers. These are brothers. Like, yeah, the things are in there. It doesn't seem like there's an ego or anything that's above anyone. Everyone seems like, I don't know if that comes from Seamus setting the.
Yeah, Seamus is a really, really, really good captain, and I think I don't think it's something. Just everything is leadership. The way he looks after people, the way you can talk to him. There's just so many stuff. It'll be here all day if I try to go through it all, but. Yeah, he's top, and it's not even so much about him as a player, it's more him as a person. Obviously, he's a very, very good player as well, but as a person, he's probably one of the best I've ever met in football. So to have him there driving the ship is, it helps all of us out. But as you said before, there's no egos and there's none of that when we meet up as a team. We're all friends, we're all there to see each other doing well. So yeah. In terms of off the pitch, we're really, really close. So I think it's about now just really trying to kick on and getting the results that I think haven't gone our way really in the last couple of years.
Yeah, because I think it's been a real kind of. You seem to have a great relationship despite the fact that I think you probably feel like sometimes it's us against the world, or I'm not trying to paint a picture of deep against the media, but like, is that kind of like you seem to be in your own little bubble. And anything outside of that doesn't really matter. That seems to be kind of the mantra I see. I'm not speaking on behalf of you.
No. It's look, when we're in there, we only care about what we have to say about each other, and what the manager has to say and stuff like that. So the outside noise is not relevant. It's not relevant to us as a team. We're in there to try and do a job, to try and make the people of Ireland happy when it comes to the game. So. I think people getting behind us could make that a lot better for us.
Yeah, just the last couple of questions. Just on Mason Mealy, that's again a move to Spurs to go next year. Would you have any advice for him? He looks like a player who's kind of coming up and probably going down a little bit of a kind of route that you did as you go into Spurs. But obviously, he's leading the line for St. Pat's of Europe at the age of 60. You haven't quite been kind of lead the line at first team, but you've obviously played in around. But to see what he's doing there, like I'd say he could be playing within a couple of years. But what advice would you have for him?
Yeah, actually, I don't know him too well. I've seen that he's doing really well, but I think I just enjoy it. It's, obviously, he's a bit more grown up than I was when I first went over. So yeah, hopefully he can go there and do well, and then maybe in the future come with the national team and also do well. Is can only benefit us, as I said before. I think the main thing is just enjoy it. It's a good club. There's good people there, so I'm sure he'll have a good time.
And then just on yourself, then lastly, just for AZ and that, do you have any plans for the end of the season where you want to kind of finish?
Personally, no, I think personally I just want to score as many goals as I can. If I do that, I'm going to help the team win more games. But I think for us, as a team, we're in a really good position. We're in the next phase of the Europa League with Cup semi-final coming up soon. So the Cup I'd love to win. Also finish as high as possible in the league, and then go as far as we can in the Europa League as well. But I think as a team we're in a really good place, so I can just continue that on and see where it takes us.
Yeah, I don't think people probably realise how big so easy are and the history.
Yeah. No, it's
Huge,
it's a really big club, and it's a really good club as well. In terms of the morals that they have off the pitch, in terms of bringing players from the academy. The academy won the UEFA Youth League a couple of years ago as well, so just to see the way the club works is really nice, and it's really good for me to be involved in something like that.
You just see from you just seem very relaxed. It seems like a good life here. Yeah, it's just kind of away from any sort of dramas or anything like that. So hopefully you can continue progressing this season. I'd love to see you finish above 20 goals, see what you can do there, and then hopefully start getting some goals as well. Then obviously in March when Ireland are back as well.
Yeah, that's the plan. It's big games coming up in March, so I'll be going in full of confidence anyway.
Well, listen, Troy, thanks very much for your worries and time. A pleasure being in your company. Guys, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe as well, and we'll speak to you all later. Thank you.